Well, hello, folks. Seems like a few people have shown up here. So, long story short, yeah. As you may know, I assume some of the folks actually looking at this might have potentially be relatively familiar with how this little trick here goes. But long and short of it is, despite the fact that this party is unbelievably underpowered, there are still ways that they can potentially at least become somewhat formidable. They're very limited, but still trying to do everything as best I can here. So, for one thing, a couple of tricks. First off, the birthday trick. Now, even though the rest of the game is more or less blind to me, the birthday trick is something I've actually known long before I even knew OB64 was a thing, as weird as that sounds. Because, yeah, this is something that's exclusive to this game, I believe. But essentially, every year, on your birthday, you end up getting a gift. And these gifts will alternate based on the decade that it ends up happening. So, for example, your first one, you just get a bunch of alignment-changing items, I think. I know one of them's an alignment-changing item. I don't know what the hell the goblets do. It says it changes somebody's destiny, whatever the hell that does. So I don't know what that does, but I do know the other alignment-changing stuff could potentially be useful. But what I really wanted was the stuff from the 20s. Now, the weird thing about fairy units is, for whatever reason, and this information is courtesy of the OB64 Discord, for whatever bizarre friggin' reason, they have this situation where their magic missile thing doesn't scale with mentality, doesn't scale with intelligence, it scales with dexterity. Which, again, doesn't really make any sense, plus their dexterity apparently isn't very good in this game for whatever reason. So there we go, we just got another birthday. It's Gamio23, apparently. So now we go down here and we watch another birthday scene. So yeah, what I really wanted was these ones in the 30s, because they essentially seem to be randomly between like 1 to 3 or whatever separate items. So you can actually just skip this scene by hitting B, and you'll already get the item as long as you go into the scene. Far as I can tell, the item only appears when you go into the scene. So if I go down here, go to list items, and yeah, we've got a Crystal of Precision. So these precision crystals are what I want to get. Ideally, I want to go and really overpower one particular unit, and yeah. So that's the plan. I want them to be in Steve's squad. Well, we'll see. I just want to have one fairy that's stupidly overpowered. So the idea being that I know I'm going to have to diversify units at some point. I know I'm going to have to move them around to different places. Thankfully, these discipline things, if promotions do exist for them, that information is something I still don't know, then those will hopefully help. So, yeah. We'll see. Now, let's see if anyone over at the OB thingy, by any chance, happens to be free at the moment, to maybe clarify some of this. Okay. No, I don't wish to exit that. As far as stuff we've gotten so far, So we've gotten those two. Agility, I'm assuming, will help with avoiding things. This reduces fatigue. I think I can only equip that on some of these units, because these didn't seem to actually be... Well, fairies can't equip stuff. So unfortunately, most of this stuff right here will be a little bit worthless. I apologize for speaking weird for a second there. I made the admittedly pretty dumb decision to just basically chug an entire thing of Pepsi right before doing this. And I never have pop, and it feels really weird. Feels really, really weird. Another thing that I found out, that elemental Pedra type dealie, apparently, according to Mr. Vale, the one that was first telling me about the awesomeness that is this game, apparently you have to beat a friggin' dragon in training in very specific places. Now, I don't remember specifically which areas he said, however, I did run into a dragon here that absolutely owned Steve's squad. I had them running training, did figure I'd go ahead and give that a little bit of a look and see what happens. So let's see if we can run into them again by chance. So you run another training here. It's getting pretty expensive to train Steve, but whatever. Nope, didn't find him. It's a little battle here to break up the tedium a little bit. As far as the different items go, yeah, I went ahead and turned these off for the training, so might as well turn them back on. There we go, let's have animations again. It's okay. Right, what was I getting at here? So yeah, I don't know many of the little ins and outs, but there's a few tricks that I've at least been introduced to, so we'll see how that goes. You know, maybe we'll get something out of that. I've been told that this run is impossible, like I've said, so we'll see how that works up. Now, one bit of information that was given is that apparently these blow kiss moves do continue stacking during the course of training. Another thing is the Vale, the guy that issued the challenge, essentially said that that gremlins are also acceptable for this for the sake of this one. You know, obviously since they have been over the course of this entire run. So I might want to go ahead and diversify some of those as well. Especially considering that that advice for the power-up thing, I haven't really seen it much. Truth be told, I'm not even really seeing much of an effect from it. But yeah, I've been told that they stack over the course of training fights, and it just does not seem to stack as far as I can tell. Hello there, Mr. Christotep. How's it going? How are things? How is stuff? Yeah, so we're just kind of going through the 30s on the birthday trick right now, doing a little bit of training just for the hell of it. I have to say, honestly, the birthday trick has been a lot faster than I would have expected. Just because it goes by 10 days instead of 1 for each area, so way faster. Hang on a sec. God dang, this cold weather sucks. It's just sneezing all the time. Normally I love cold weather, but dang, it is just unbelievably dry. Kind of a pain. But anyway, so we got some of them experiences. Are like, oh yeah, let's do our poses. Doing fine, and you? Well, I am generally acceptable, I'd say. Doing alright. Kiddos are taking a nap at the moment, so it's nice and quiet. Work seems to be relatively calm today. Might actually end up getting friggin' paid for some of those things pretty soon. So yeah, overall, you know, not bad. Got some coffee here. Pretty alright, pretty alright. Just had a little bit of lunch. Found out my wife picked up a bunch of these little, they're supposed to be for breakfast, but they're like these little freezer sandwich type dealies. Normally I don't appreciate that stuff, but I don't know why they're so satisfying for lunch. They're so bad for you. But it's like a delicious punch to the gut, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do it. Yeah, pretty excited to do this one. Realistically, by the way, just so you know, I'm not continuing this birthday trick forever. I'm actually waiting to see what folks get here, and then we're gonna move on. Since it's usually like, it's usually a few minutes before people actually see this thing and start showing up. It happens. It definitely happens. But yeah, so just getting a few potential dexterity boosting items while doing this, which, yeah. I probably should go through and rename the fairies now that I think about it. Just because there were quite a few that I wanted to go ahead and redo here. So let's see. First of all, who are the newbies here? I think these are the newest ones. We got Jenna here. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's rename. Let's go ahead and rename you to a Duke. Actually, you know what? This will be way easier with the save editor. Screw it. Give me just a moment, and we'll get them switched up. So, drop a little bit of a save state here. I think we'll bring a Dew in as a gremlin. Again, I've been told that for whatever reason we're letting gremlins count as fairies, but it's kind of done that over the course of the entire run so far. Like, I think the first time we actually used gremlins was in Let Us Cling Together, and then it just kind of stuck around. There was never really a reason to use them when it came to Merchant of the Black Queen, but well. Okay, so edit units. What do we got over here? So specifically told, let's see, Shaneberg. I was told to leave Shaneberg because apparently he sounds a whole lot like an iceberg. Why not? Let's go ahead and change this one to a U. There we go. Let's change... Actually, wait. He was supposed to be a gremlin. Alright, gremlin, gremlin. And where is my dang thing to make a gremlin? There we go. He's a gremlin. Actually, I should change Rapari here into a gremlin, because he was one in the last run. We'll go ahead and make that happen real quick. If you aren't aware, there's a thing called Ogre Battles, with an S at the end, 64. It's a neat little save editor that lets you edit your units all fast-like. It's what allowed this run to be even possible in the first place. Also, do I want to make Shaneberg into... Nah, Samson, there we go. That's, that sounds like a gremlin right there. Nah, no. Something like Samson, something that manly, that has to be a fairy. Actually, I'm going to leave Samson. That's pretty strong right there. Who else do we want to use here? How about... There we go. Steve's axe just became a sentient unit of his. Why not? Makes about as much sense as anything else. Bear in mind, I'm not messing with anything that I shouldn't be messing with. So all of their stats remain exactly the same. I don't know how much those dex items really help them, or will help them, but we'll see. There's definitely a reason why they said that this run was not going to happen. Omega, you definitely sound like a gremlin. So we'll, there we go, we have a little bit more variance in the team. Yep. Save that up. Saved successfully, and... Where's my button? There's my button. We got gremlins now! There we go. So some of them are gremlins. How exactly that works is anyone's guess. Alright. So, okay. Back to the birthday trick, as it were. Hopefully we haven't changed anybody who... Wait a frickin' second, I just noticed something. I think I might have changed one of the leaders. Wait, crap. That was a Samantha. I know there was a leader Samantha. Or am I thinking Barbara? Let's see, Amanda... No, I'm thinking Amanda, that's what it is. I don't want to run into the crash trick again. Or, it's not a trick, I don't want to run into the game crashing again. So there we go. So we're about to have another birthday. So we'll go ahead and claim that item, and then we'll be moving on. Actually, you know what? One thing, let's go claim that birthday item, whatever it happens to be. And then run one more training session. There we go, Steve turns 33. I figure with everything else he's been through, it's perfectly fine to leave Steve at age 99 by next time. It's probably just off-screen the rest of them. Since, aside from the 20 to 30 items, I know that I think it was either like 90 and 99 or something like that. There's supposed to be some good sword and armor that they end up getting. Here's the thing to commemorate you're getting old, and nobody lived to be 30 back then. What are you doing? Okay, Crystal of Precision, fantastic. Go ahead and shove that on somebody. Alright. So, let's go ahead and save it. Haven't saved in like 3 hours, okay. And moving on. Now, do we want to use those items on anyone? Let's see, who's in Steve's squad right now? Got Vinvale, Miscreto, and Toots. I feel like Miscreto or Pidgey should be... Toots, I don't know. He's got the highest dex. 91, 94. Vale's got the highest dex, so you know what? Screw it. We'll, to use item. Okay, first off, Stone of Quickness goes on Pidgey. They're just all fast life. Their agility goes up. I think that makes them dodge a little better. Okay, Crystal of Precision. Let's see how much this goes up. Dex of 94. That goes up by 2. I don't see that being super amazing, but we'll see. So anybody whose stats are really sticking out, that's what we're going to use. What does that do? I'm going to... You know what? Quick save state, because I don't know what this does. Luck up. Dude? Yes. All the luck. All the frickin' luck. We're frickin' pumping luck on everybody. No. Screw Dio. There we are. So all the frontliners get luck. The backliners get stats, because I'm pretty sure they can't dodge. Miscreto, you get some luck. Luck on everybody. Especially Steve. Don't want Steve to have any issues. I think this is innate luck. I don't know if the daily luck system is something that applies in this game yet, so we'll find out. No, I don't want to leave the screen. I don't know. How do I do this? Go, commands, equip item. I need you with some items. How do I give them items? Item, remove item, list item, sort item. How do I... First off, let's sell some of those. Man, we get nothing out of this. Holy crap! Yeah, those were definitely more forgiving in other games. So I guess they are basic items, so everyone's going to be coming in with them, aren't they? Okay, sell a couple spell books. Again, I'm only going to be collecting items when it comes to leader units. I can't really get items for anybody else, so really no reason to keep all those around. Alright, get rid of that. And I think we're good. As far as actually giving... There we go, carry item. So these guys, they need... Okay, let's give you one of these. Let's give you... Oh, interesting. That's where you put those items. So let's give you this. And then let's give you some healing seeds, I think. And then a healing leaf. Alright, who else is marching a lot? Butts, you tend to march a lot. You're already loaded up. Nancy, you're already a healer, but go ahead and pop some leaves on you. Maybe a power fruit, just in case. Alright, Barbara, you're probably going to need some healing items. But yeah, these are squad-wide, by the way. So pretty much every unit can carry one item, as I understand. Okay. And what else? Yeah, on you. If I'm doing anything horribly wrong, please do tell me no. Do let me know. Seems like losing units is way, way, way more punishing in this one than it ever was in March of the Black Queen, so I'm trying to be a bit more careful. Dio, who gives a crap? He's always going to be sitting and guarding the base. I don't care if he's amazing, I don't care if he's like secretly the best unit in the game or some crap. He's a douchebag, and he's going to be sitting there feeling sad forever. Alright, now that we have gone ahead and waited about 12 years, no wait, we've waited about 15 years, I guess it's about time to go check on that whole border situation we were supposed to be worrying about. It seems like an acceptable amount of time. Who doesn't randomly take a vacation for 15 years? Alright. Here's the plan. Thought I was the one making the plans. You're just hitting the one with the map. Let's get started. Did you know this map has bridges on it? see, town of Ethuela. Their headquarters, nifty. Sounds pretty Spanish. Destination is that daily. This is to siege the fort and recover it from rebels, nifty like. 2 routes, orange wasn't okay. Flanky type situations. Make beeline a little bit quicker, but the route like strongholds. Okay. Then it'll take longer, but the march will be aided by the strongholds. Okay. So, are those like little villages and I can't actually camp there? Let's see, it has the same challenges. Okay, they don't look ready to move. So I have to choose carefully and decide whether... I'm just going to do the usual thing and take the entire map. So after this, by the way, and I probably should have... I wonder if I can still back out of this fight. I meant to actually go and research those... yeah, they're acting strangely well. Where's my defect button? I'm marching south. Bring that to attract attention? Yeah. Dude. Their motive is they're leaving. Let's leave, and let's look for that giant glowing defect button. So you don't know this game at all? Well, neither do I. I know a few tricks that people have mentioned to me in terms of stuff that might work, but other than that, this is a completely blind run. So, alright. Okay. Alright, first off, pause. So I'm gonna have Steve take the quick route because he has that baton thing. I think that makes him attack faster. So we're gonna go down that way. Well, no, it's supposed to reduce fatigue. We're also gonna send Rick out that way. Alright. Go ahead and send them all down there. I can't help but notice that deploy cost is no longer a thing in this game. Alright, let's go ahead and move you down here. Alright, who else do we have? Dio. You're just gonna sit there and look sad. If anyone's wondering, like, if anyone's new coming into this whole thing, by the way, basically, the whole reason I don't like Dio is because he tries to kill you in the intro. He's literally like, oh man, why does this guy get to be in charge? I want to be the guy with the huge penis. Let me lead him. No. He, like, immediately starts a duel as the very first time you ever see him. Okay, so let's go with Leah, who is, I'm gonna go ahead and write up some headcanon here. Seems like she and Steve would get along pretty darn well. Then we'll have Troy. Currently the, I guess is gonna be his best friend character. He's gonna be going down this way. Troy seems pretty alright. Alright, so unpause that. They're just guarding the bridge. Out of curiosity, do I have the option to retreat? So... okay. I have the fire thing. So, I've been told the Pedra thing I can use once the battle's bar is filled up. Apparently it's only Steve's unit that can use it, and once the bar is filled up, they can just, like, supposedly blow something up or something, I don't know. We'll see, Steve's kind of at the head of his party anyway. Bread? Whatever bread is. What is this guy? Is that a... oh my god! They weren't out of nowhere! That's absolutely what a fencer is. Okay, I thought the fencers were absolutely out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so the bar on the top, I see. So it fills up once, and then you're allowed to retreat. Right? Yeah, that just glowed. Okay, I see how it is. And then once it fills up a second time, then you're allowed to use it. Oh, that's really cool. I wish it would have told me that earlier, but... gotcha. I thought it was just based off rounds. Interesting. But okay, so when I was looking at Chronicle Valeria a while ago, I thought the fencers were out of nowhere. Turns out that's not the case. Oh, wait a minute. I can use the Pedra in training. Oh, dude! That dragon fight! If that's actually the dragon fight I need for getting more abilities, then... that's potentially amazing. Okay, yes. Okay. Hopefully we don't all get just ultra murdered here, so... yeah, we'll see if that happens. But basically, any fight that doesn't have a healing element is kind of a guaranteed win eventually. Because I can just kind of outlast them, at least for now. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we put them to sleep. They woke them back up. Yeah, gremlins are pretty useful. Yeah, gremlins are way more useful than fairies, actually. I almost want to say that the fact that they can completely disable units might discount them from being used in this run. But we'll see how this part goes. If they wind up being really oppressive or something like that, I'm just going to say they don't count. Because, again, it was specifically the guy that offered the challenge. Hang on. Stronghold's been captured. Oh, it's because they're neutral, right? Dang it, why are you taking that neutral place? My Switzerland. Dad, my Switzerland. Okay, what I was saying earlier. So, I was seeing Chronicle Valeria. I saw the fencers in that, and I thought they were just like, oh yeah, look, they just made, like, generic Japanese soldiermans, and it's like, no, that's actually from OB64. That's really cool, I never knew that. Okay. Magic Missile still continues to be hot garbage, unfortunately. I forgot to see how much those few points actually helped out Vale last time, so gonna have to look at that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 2 encounters, they still can fight a dragon that's master here. It's not so bad. I don't know if any unit can use the Elemental Pedra. Because I don't think it's like it's equipped by the leader, I think it's just something you can have. Alright, let's see how much Vale does. They were, I want to say, the fairy on the right. The farthest right one. They're gonna buff Steve. Steve's gonna cut the friggin' hippie attacking him. There we go. They did 11, he did 11. Okay, so that made almost no difference. So the 20-something lead he has on the unit in the middle, I think that was Miss Dorito, is either 10 or 20 points, but it barely made a difference. So that thing scales like absolute garbage. Good to know. So we won't be able to stack that. Even if we dump all the points on him, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. That's fine. That's fine. We might just have to focus on the leaders. And again, if we potentially have squads of maybe... I wonder if I can manipulate their AI as far as who they buff. While messing around in the training, I was going through and trying to figure out whether there was any correlation between what they do and what unit gets buffed. Let's go ahead and pause this real quick, probably. Yeah, they're gonna go the stronghold way. I mean, right now we just seem to be able to overwhelm them with numbers, but as soon as a cleric enters the fight, we're screwed. That's the problem. All the other ones I'm not worried about. I can just swarm them endlessly. You know, swap out parties, have them peck away 1 damage at a time if need be. But it's just the clerics. It's the recovery elements that cause an issue. So... Well, actually, gremlins are the answer to that, then. Alright, we'll see. So yeah, gremlin squads would be the answer to that, then, because then they can just potentially, let's say they target weakest, put them to sleep, and then they only target strongest, theoretically fighting the rest of the party and leaving that one sleeping. So we might be able to single them out that way. We'll see. Only time will tell. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever understand why the hell they decided to make their friggin' attacks, or just their magic stuff, scale off dexterity. Makes no sense. Well, unless my theory from Night Lotus is true, and they're basically using laser machine guns or something. Oh well, oh well. So, okay. One thing that would be interesting to find out, too. One thing that I saw during this, like, random review or whatever that I saw of this, There was this command menu that was around that allowed units. Like, for example, they called in a bunch of random Grunt soldiers out of nowhere. Just for one attack, and then they disappeared. I wonder how you end up doing those. I'm assuming you just get commands as time goes on. Because, yeah, the old card system was pretty friggin' busted. Like, when I say busted, I mean just downright overpowered. It wasn't it wasn't even slightly a contest, let's be honest. Like, for example, you get 4 justices and that's it. You've already won the fight. No matter what your unit, no matter what's going on, you've probably won the fight. Like, there was such a hard carry under any circumstances that it's kind of amazing anybody thought that was balanced. But such is life. Ooh, actually guarded. So apparently there's misses and guards. Good to know. Oh, okay, Steve is looking pretty overpowered right now, though. They're only doing 1 damage. I'd have to keep that up. I can't help but notice that it seems like they're either lawful, chaotic, or neutral in this one. It doesn't seem like they're on a sliding scale as it was last time. So I don't know if having a really strong party will cause them to be super evil or something. Or whatever, those guys are scared off to the mountains. Yeah, we're gonna have Steve keep running forward here. Yeah, their fatigue's almost non-existent. So that whatever that baton thing is, it's pretty amazing. And then leave. We'll probably leave Rick in charge of guarding that place, or maybe we'll leave one of the random squads around to let Rick get some experience. I've noticed that units have to actually give up their leadership position in order to be promoted. Wonder how, if you're able to actually look at what promotions they can get before doing so. Seems a little tedious. Okay, okay. They're doing okay, they're overwhelming the healer. They can actually win that fight. There was a fight just like that in training that almost none of the squads could actually manage. So it seems like gremlins do make the difference there. Oh wait, crap. Amanda, you go back to... You go take out this chick, and then you just go back to guarding the city. There we go. Here we go again. I wonder what it is that causes that bar to go up faster. I know there was mention of some item that causes the bar to move a little bit, but I think it was that it caused it to move slower. So I wonder if that meant... I wonder if they get the same commands. Like, I wonder if there's maybe an option where they're not allowed to... Can they retreat? Would they be allowed to access the same options? I don't know. Suppose we'll find out. Just gotta keep on musing and amusing. And yes, I will move those units on the right eventually, after remembering to press pause in the middle of all these little skirmishes. Fight that guy, go after that guy. You're gonna buff yourself. That's one of the annoying things with fairies. They will buff themselves, and you're just kind of screwed at that point, because they've just wasted their turn. They waste their turn away to heal 1 health. Because if they're buffing themselves, they can't attack. Not to mention they have no attacks, so... For example, in this case, they didn't end up getting the sleep proc from the gremlin, so... I think that time they did. I mean, they're still making progress, I suppose. Alright. Okay, now we're gonna remember to push pause. Which of you colorful folks is gonna head out? Okay, you... deal with this guy. He seems like he's about to try and run away. You... need to go deal with this guy. Because fighting on the mountains seems to be more her accidental shtick. Unit led by Butts, capture that 1 town. Nifty. Oh, sweet, another boulder. So the boulder seems like a very minor upgrade. I can't help but notice all of the upgrades seem to be on a very, very, very reined-in scale this time. As opposed to last time where it's like, map 1, you find the Ogre Blade, and suddenly your random fairy is chopping dudes in half. Definitely not the case anymore. Okay, see you in a bit, Chris Soda. You have yourself a fantastic day. And, yeah, I'll be putting this in as a video in both places, so, gonna be up for maybe about another hour here, and have to go and go about doing other stuff. So I will see you later. Also, despite the fact that they took out that leader, they still somehow managed to lose. Dang, that's embarrassing. They managed to pull that off. Although, funnily enough, that accidentally launched her exactly where she needed to go. Like, she got so embarrassed, she just jumped over that mountain. Man. Oh man, I can't believe we lost to those random grunts. Let's go fight a friggin' dragon in the mountains. Yeah, her squad's kinda scary right now. Just because of that sleet. I should probably update the rules to say gremlins too. There's really no reason why they wouldn't have counted in this run. They count in every... They've counted this entire rest of the time, so... Eh. Okay, and the guy's still asleep. Good. Probably gonna get launched super far away. Okay. Yeah, please chase them down. Okay, so they're gonna go chase. Those guys are gonna attack. Probably gonna have Nancy run up and attack pretty soon here too. Attack here. This guy's going to go try to take the town. So Barbara, why don't you go deal with that situation? Let's go defend all the way to that town. Yep. Seems like I should have some people looking for loot. So, the reason that I was worried about going into this fight is because I want to go back and look at previous maps, since I've been told that Hugo will actually tell you where there's hidden items and stuff like that. So you can go back and figure out where everything is. It's all handy-like. Stab the fairy. Of course, it's gonna miss. I can't help but notice they definitely seem to be evading better and better. So maybe that potential exploit will still be around. If you weren't aware, in March of the Black Queen, their speed kept going up and 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 up to the point where there were several times where they were just sitting there and dodging forever. It's not like anything could do any damage at that point either, but you know, still, iffy balance. Old RPGs tended to be balanced kind of weird. He's gonna... Dude? Is that Debonair? Dude, that's friggin... I don't want to fight Debonair. Dude's alright. Got the friggin' hair to make wars happen. Alright, let's go ahead and send Troy. Send Troy the boy. So you go there. Dude, lady, you are getting outraced by an old man looking for... yeah. Getting outraced by an old man looking for a home. Don't let homeless old men take your town. It's a real caravan people should be worried about. Still can't believe that situation's legitimately causing people to act the way that they are. Anyway. They just keep going and reacting to this guy. I think old man might just be running away now. Perfectly fine with that. The only reason I'm chasing down and finishing off these guys is for experience. I know it's kind of going against the whole trying to be a good guy thing. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Quite frankly, despite the fact that it would be nice to potentially go for a nice happy ending where nothing goes wrong ever, and I don't know if killing off squads actually counts towards that, or the fact that we're planning to join these guys later, but it appears that experience is kind of in limited supply, as are any kind of upgrades whatsoever, so, you know, if we wind up with a bunch of super evil characters, whatever. long as we make it to the end, that's all that counts. Man, those roadside power fruits. Just gotta love when you're walking along the roads like, somebody left their trash out on the street. I should go eat it. I mean, you shouldn't, but hey. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. And yeah, they've got this. Gremlin's probably gonna finish this off right here. As far as I can tell, the way that this is gonna end up going, Gremlins, it appears like their damage is scaling in about the same way. So they can put units to sleep, whereas fairies can exercise, I assume is how this is going. Okay. I'm gonna have her head over here, because they look like they're about to pass out. So they'll probably camp on the road. Whatever. What happens? Troy the boy is still marching that way. Still going that way. Okay. You, Rick, need to stop taking a nap and go deal with this. I'm still loving the change that you can't go over rivers without a flying unit. And for that matter, apparently you need to actually have all of your units flying in order to be able to cross rivers. Which is just... I thought I would hate that change, but I'm really loving it. Really, really, really loving it. Alright, yeah, this squad has no answer for a healer. Yeah, they're just taking casualties and that's it. So, I'm gonna have them attack just to see if they can accomplish anything, and we're gonna swap out Rick for whoever the hell that was that had the gremlins. Yeah, Rick's, not Rick, Troy. Troy's got nothing going on for him there. Oh, wait, for real? They won that fight? Okay, whatever. Yeah, these guys have no healing element, so they should be fine. Yeah, they're probably doing like 1 damage to that thing. Just autonomous for this one. No, wait, they can do damage. I think autonomous is just whatever does the most damage. Okay. Yeah, they can beat this guy. It may take a while, but they can beat this guy. Wow, he actually did manage to take the town. How about that? Alright, they're gonna need reinforcements though, so... But, you need to move in there. Go in and assist. Hopefully that same system where they end up taking like way more chaos frame off you if you end up losing the town than if you gained it. Hopefully that's not around anymore. First off, you enter the stronghold, tell me if there's anything here. There's nobody to the south, Lotus to the west. When the war begins, Platinums will be washed. Yep. You guys boned! Okay. Witch Den, what the hell is this? Why did we bring the entire squad, too? Not able to perform miracles without relying on a god. Something to do with willing subjects. Not gonna those. Okay, right. Yeah, okay. That's what it was. So these are the new shrines. So she can revive. Okay. So they do die. These guys can just bring them back to life. Okay, okay. Cool. Well, Barbara. What's your situation? You got gremlins? No, you don't. Okay. You can probably defend there. You're the one with the gremlins, aren't you? Yes, okay. So she's gonna have to be the one to make that push for the town. So however long it takes you to camp, hopefully Troy and Butts can kind of hold out until then. Let's have Barbara move up and defend this town. There we go. I don't think there's anything attacking from anywhere else, because I can't even select to the left of here. It's alright. You need to attack this guy. Finish them off. By the way, does anybody happen to know the stats, or anything required to make a necromancer. Is that even a class in this? I want to upgrade Rick and make him a super mage like I did last time. Yeah, once Leah and Rick finish their job, they can at least move south. Stab. That weird RuneScape stab they do. This came before RS, but we're gonna go ahead and ignore that. Actually, I wonder if it did. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Continue sleeping. You stab that one. Yeah, if this was a gremlin-only run, I would absolutely prefer that one. But we're still gonna need fairies, so it still has to be majority fairies. There can be, like, one gremlin. You know what, let's limit it to one gremlin per squad. Or, don't want to do that. You know what, fine. You know, I'll just keep it up with both of them being allowed perfectly well, unless Vale says otherwise. So yeah. I mean, hell, if it ends up being... let's just take a vote. So by the end of this thing, I mean, I'm probably going to be taking a couple days break off this. Just go ahead and put it to a vote, whether gremlins are limited to one per squad, eliminated entirely, or who knows what. So these guys need to rest, go back. They're ready to attack, and I think I can probably have that sorcerer squad attack now. Finish him. Stab, stab, stab. Absolutely love these grunt units. Just the coolest thing. Why are they so cool? They're like little hopping Ewoks. Just love it. Love it so much. I mean, back at this game, they completely understood that little spear guys were your basic soldiers. What happened to PSP Remake? What happened to everything that was learned in this game? The basic spear grunts are the ideal. That's what you want. That's the thing that makes the most sense. The whole reason that they were the ideal was simply because, well, why wouldn't they be? You know? It's like it's very easy to train somebody to use it. Just slap some basic armor on somebody, give them a pointy stick, and they're like, okay, I know what to do with this. It's a pointy stick. It goes to the other guy. Whereas, you know, you need to teach them to use an axe, like, okay, you know, you aim for these points right here, and you gotta make sure to... Oh, whoops. That's not the one I want to select. Barbara? Are you the one? There we go. Go intercept that guy. But yeah. Like sword, you know, swords, axes, whatever else, like, you know, you gotta swing them a particular way, you gotta, you know, use them in these ways under different circumstances and everything. It's like, spear is just spear, it is pointy. It makes stabbing happen. Everyone can kind of internally get that, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty. There's one more squad down. And this one poor bastard is just sitting in the back, getting zapped over and over. It's almost like I should probably rename this to the Tiny Run, just because of the grunts being allowed. Well, the grunts have to be allowed. That's the only way you get more units. Well, aside from random hires. Though the way that you acquire units in this is just... it's so good! Whoever designed that, man, just A+. It's so good. And somebody already pointed this out before, but it's funny, considering that I pretty much cover almost every Matsuno game ever made. That it's just super weird that all my favorite ones are the ones that he pretty much wasn't involved in. It's like, apparently, POLC, or OB64 here, apparently he wasn't terribly involved in this one. Apparently Knight of Lotus wasn't terribly involved in. The PSP remake of Lux, apparently he was there to supervise, but he wasn't the one that made the weird MMO decisions, as I understand. Man, whoever did that is... Screw that guy. It's such a tragedy. Like, granted, it's not... It's a game, you know, it's not gonna be a huge tragedy, but it's just... It's a shame. Because every time, you know, every time I'm going and... Ooh, sweet! Free helmet. Every time I'm going and directing somebody to go, you know, to go try the One Vision mod or something. Also, Dio... I need you to go shopping. You are now our friggin' shopping goon. Enjoy. Right. But every time that I go and direct somebody to that mod, I always kind of feel bad. It's like, you know, all these people work so friggin' hard to make this obvious labor of love kind of game. It's like, who made those weird decisions that made all those horrible grinds happen? You know? Just so unnecessary. Oh well. I always end up going on a rant about that. Just always found it a little bit of a bummer. Because yeah, you know, it's funny, it's kind of like Sots the Pit in that way. And that it's a game that I've played absolutely to death. It was an absolute masterpiece. But there's still this, like, some slowness to it in a really weird way. That specifically scared a bunch of people off. Like, to explain what I mean, Sots, or the Pit rather, is this roguelike. It has so many more features than most out there. However, many fans of the genre didn't like it. They just couldn't stand it because it was so much slower. Like, all the animations took a second to do. Ooh, encountered a wild griffin. I think you mean a wild about to be a fairy. You want to join us, or do you want to become food? Dude, we gave you two options, that was not one of them. The option was to join us, get turned into a fairy, or become food. Instead he's like, nah, third option, I'm out of here. Okay, so left flank turned out just fine. Rick is camped. This poor bastard is all confused. I'm not moving Steve off of here because I'm pretty sure they'll end up going on. Oh, you sneaky dickhole. Hell no. Hell no. I don't think so. Dang it, Barbara. Why did you do this? Why did you let him outspeed you that bad? But you also need to move. Dio, you also need to just proceed with being a shopping goon like I told you and get over there. It'll be fine, because I'm sure he'll get there first. Alright, Leah. Actually, no, Nancy. Nancy, you go over here, you get your experience. Alright. But anyway, so like I was getting at, it's another one that had so many weird little, like, slow things happen. I guess the better way to describe it is just like, okay, the music's really fast, all the movement is fast and everything, but then certain animations are just weirdly slow, and then you get stuff like crafting related that's weirdly slow, and like, there's just these sudden strange moments that in both cases a mod ended up fixing. So like in the case of the Pit, it was the fan mod, which actually has a quality of life version now, which instead of making balance changes, just makes those changes. That's hilarious. Like, do you really have to go fight the revolution thing? They didn't get us into a friggin' war. You guys did. You just not? Can you not be dicks? He says to the biggest dick in the party. Alright. So, you are not our shopping goon today. They said strongholds here, so I'm assuming there's some shopping to do. Stronghold commands can exchange characters. With what? Oh. Okay. You can trade items with your peoples. Gotcha. That's very useful. Who's that Zenobian Revolution dude? Be someone like that here to be at the fair, guys? Yeah. Yeah, can we just not fight him? Like, at all? Like, I really hope there's an option for just immediately defect. That's what I want here. I don't want there to be any fight whatsoever. I'm going to surround that town and just go have a chat. Oh, dude! Douche Wizard got cut down. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. You know what? I think I know what the deciding factor will be on that whole Gremlin berry debate. If I go in and I'm able to give Gremlins equipment, then they're out. I think that seems fair enough. Right, Dio, I need you to do your one useful thing here. Alright? Just go be useful. Just go try to be useful. Okay. Stab, stab, stab. Fortunately, these guys are all healed up after camping. Sleeper. Yeah, these guys should have no problem beating this team. Oh, you know what? It's funny, those Spencers there. I was just thinking, was joking about them being different evolutions of different like Pokemon and stuff like that earlier. They're basically the pre-evolution of friggin' Swordmasters. Oh man, I caught the Spencer into the wild, and then I got to level 36, and then I evolved into a Swordmaster. It was all cool like. Talk. It occurs to me that I had a power fruit earlier and didn't use it. Not back when I need that. Take it down. Oh well, oh well. Shank, shank, shank. Why exactly they didn't do team attacks? That's anyone's guess. As I understand it, by the way, apparently there's a morale mechanic that decides whether or not there's combo attacks that take place, which might apply to those frontline soldiers. Don't quite know how that works, but they're killing off my dudes, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I wish they'd stop doing so. But they at least form a nice little dancing hoppy line up there, so that's nice. Come on, keep chasing them down. They really have nowhere else that they can go, and they're gonna have to camp soon. Alright, I need Amanda to be attacking this town. In fact, all of y'all. You take this bridge, and just get ready to support an attack here. Yep. He's just gonna sort of walk up here. Rick is gonna move into support. Yeah, Rick and Lee are gonna go ahead and take the other flanks here. Nancy will move in later. Love how they gave the option for would you like to attack them on their way stronger flank, or would you like to go ahead and take all these little towns and not really worry about that much. And no, the general answer was we'll just go ahead and overwhelm everything because they don't seem to be putting up much of a fight. Perfect. So, another thing that I should probably mention is if Marshall Black Queen was anything to go by, will more than likely... Oh, sweetie, leveled up. We'll more than likely end up... What was I going to say here? Oh yeah, we'll need casters as leaders, just for all their attack all abilities. If it works the same, that is. I have no guarantee that it does. What's the cursor doing? This one's seriously jacked up too. Are all my controllers just that jacked up? And again, you know, I might have a PS4 controller soon. Because my wife wanted to get a PS4 for Christmas, and here's the thing, I don't say no to my wife, so I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but I'm going to find a way. Get her what she dang well wants. There's one of those combo attacks. Alright, is he going to sleep? No, he isn't. He's gonna get zapped though. Yeah, it's gonna take one more encounter. These guys can get finished off at that point. Even if we're down to our last 3 squads, who I'm surprised haven't evolved into real men yet. No, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I don't know when, I don't know how. Actually, I do know how, but I have a music video that I need to make out of this. I need to make a group of a bunch of soldiers, all getting promoted into their proper classes, set to make a man out of you. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Now that guy's done, and it's still gonna take another encounter after this. Dang it. And they even attacked us somehow. That is weird. I'm gonna take like 2 encounters here, actually. Crap. Alright, Rick, look. She needs help. Just go help, okay? It's all you. We need somebody defending that town, so Nancy's gonna go here. Rick can actually go ahead and eat Power Fruit. I don't know if I need to be saving those or not. They do seem to be a store-bought item. That's... Who the hell was it that was super tired? These guys? Yeah. So them that are all super tired like. Okay. Meanwhile, everybody's lining up to go check up on Debonair's sweet hair. Like, look at that. It's just shining straight out of the castle walls. Whoa, look at that. Look at that weirdness. Alright, Butts, can you go deal with this panicking wizard, please? Just kind of hanging out in a field. Can't get over Wizard Wallace. I'm gonna have to Photoshop that. Just taking a nap. Like, okay, we can finally take a nap. That one squad finally left us alone. Like, no. Rick's here. And he has no friends to talk to. So he's gonna go electrocute ninjas. That's what he does. Poor Fencer's like, dang it, I just learned how to use this thing. I thought I looked cool in my weird leaf skirt thing. Thought I looked all swordsman-y like. It's interesting. He's a mix of a bunch of different stuff. Like, obviously it's supposed to be like a traditional swordsman kind of. I don't know the proper term for it, but you know, the kind of dress-like thing that they have. And they've got the hat, which seems very similar to what some of the basic grunts would have ended up using. To some degree, anyway. Kind of like a fantasized variant of it. And meanwhile, their swords seem to be of a Western preference. Alright. I'm just gonna fight these last few units, and yeah. Seems like his one best bet here. He's trying to go take that town. Love how she immediately turned around like, friggin' I saw that guy. Saw him coming. Just in case he decides to go south, which it looks like he's doing. Yeah, no, he's actually reacting to this. That's cool. Actually bothering to react. Okay, Nancy, you are the closest. Go ahead and finish the job you started earlier. You go take the town just so he doesn't. There we go. I'm gonna get revenge for all those fallen grunts. Revenge for all my fallen Ewoks! Ooh, you know what? I've been told you can replenish soldiers in towns. I wonder, Let's go take a look. Ooh, Claymore. That sounds fancy. Good to know. Apparently we can get big fancy swords for big fancy men. Go, head back to town. Leah, you can go ahead and join the party now. Okay. Now then. Go ahead and surround this town entirely. Amanda, you take the southern end. Are hard jokes, I'm sure. Rick, you block the escape route because we want to negotiate. We don't want to have them going and saying no or anything. Absolutely want to go defect to join these guys. So you go block the mountains. You go block the other end of the mountains. Like we're covering everything. We are everywhere. We'll negotiate whether you want to or not. Let's have us some peace talks. Yeah. Perfect. Actually, wait, she's not facing the right direction. Go a little bit that way. Yeah, you're not sneaking anybody by. You got this. Alright, Debonair. Are you surrounded? Just walk out with your hands completely open, because we absolutely want to join you. Come on, let us join. Let me join, I don't want to fight. I'll join these guys. Yeah, side's mine, are you the commander? Yes. Gladly. Like, you want me to leave? We're already winning this thing. But dude, no, we're totally willing to do that. No, no challenge. No challenge, no. Join. Although wait, he has no healing element. So, this is gonna go great for you then. I wonder what happened that he's of the wind this time. Maybe he's gonna show off those elemental petrodealies. Show off how they work. He has about the same damage as we do. It's kind of weird. Would have figured he'd be doing a lot more damage than he is. Yeah, you know what? Steve's squad can actually completely win this just on their own. But we're gonna have everybody participate. Now, they had 2 units that just seemingly ran off, so... Everybody, friggin' pile. Doing this. Just in case one of those other squads decides to suddenly get all ballsy and attack. I don't know what happened to them. Seems like they just kind of entered the fort and that was it. Right. There we go. I'm sorry, we tried to join you in peace, but now we'll join you by force. Actually, you know what we need to do? So you know how last time I kept, last view I kept adjusting the thumbnail every single time something different happened? I think every time there's some kind of weird meme that comes out of this, I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the thumbnail. Like for this one, well, we're gonna have to have Debonair's hair in there, obviously. But we need Wizard Wallace out in the background, just like sitting there with his claymore and magical hood type situation. We're gonna have that in there, obviously. Yeah, we'll just add stuff as it goes, and it's just gonna look busy as hell by the end of it. Okay. Yep. Done deal. Done deal, done deal. Who's next? Rick? Okay. Yeah, the music in this one reminded me a little bit of one of the boss themes from FF8. can't believe it. Where'd they get so many fairies? They're like friggin' Pidgeys or whatever all over the place, apparently. That'd be funny. You're just trying to go home from work or something. These friggin' fairies popping out of the tall grass. Trying to evolve into dragons. Hmm. Who knows? Who knows? Poor Debonair. Why did he even agree to this? I might want to call off everybody once it's just him. Reason being that, oh, he can't get powered down. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of wonder if it's going to be one of those cases where, like, if you have the leader fight them, that maybe they can potentially be spared or something, because I really don't want to end up accidentally killing him off like I did last time. Apparently, yeah, you can have a bunch of units join under all kinds of different situations. But yeah, last run of March of the Black Queen went a little bit south. I'm just gonna put it that way. Stuff went a little bit more dire than anticipated. So wow, that is some impressive blocking skill right there. He blocked 3 spears with one, just like holding up his hands. Impressive. Of course your alignment goes down. I mean, look at this guy. You do not attack this guy. He's clearly a good guy. Steve, get in there. Barbara attacks. We have her retreat right at the last second, and I think we should be good. Let's reduce him down a little bit. All they can do is ones. Oh, that's amazing! And I guarantee you at some point they'll have a leader that's a cleric. Yeah, we might actually need gremlins in order for this to work. Whatever. If gremlins are banned, then they're banned. Seems like the ability to put somebody to sleep and just completely disable a unit is, well, kind of throwing a bit of the challenge out the window. I realize that it's complete and utter horsecrap to even expect this challenge to succeed in the first place. I'm just saying. Okay. Steve's turn. Do this. Will they have the damage to do this? No they won't. Unless Vin has really good missiles or something. Wait, there we go, they got 11. No, Vin is doing less than the guy who never even got upgraded. So, that's impressively sucky. But they do have the damage to pull this off. Yep. Thank you, Miss Clarito. Their alignment went down from messing up his hair. We singed it a little bit. We feel super evil now. It's okay. Yeah, they have 2 squads that they never even used. They just kind of brought them into the fort and never used them again. We got a champion statue, I guess? As well as a lot more recruits. Feels like we might have gotten a good result out of that one. Find out what that champion statue does. Can we defect now? How is that even possible? If I'm alone... Oh hey, Gilbert. Doesn't settle. Dude, just defect right now. Let's see. Even though people want change, not all of them are capable of fighting. Yep. Yeah, they're willing to accept refugees. Good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I like their plan here. I like their plan. Like, yeah, we're just friggin' jacking your refugees, so goodbye. We're like the anti-republic, or right? Anti-republicans, yeah. Saw this hilarious thing called GOP Jesus the other day. Yeah, I don't know if anybody watching this is from the States, but yeah. Politics are pretty jacked over here right now. Intentions, what are you planning to do to this place? Take away the people that don't want to actually have anything to do with it? Just defect right now. Is that all you're concerned about? Destin the Valiant. To defend the rebels and defied your superior. Yeah, he's been pretty inconsistent. Okay, so we're getting like America pre-2016, basically. Find everyone knows about the strings. Yes. Okay. Cool. Can we defect now? Dude, it's always on the verge of insanity. How does it even slightly have hope? Well, clearly they go form Mother Base and build a Metal Gear and then just kind of take on Merc missions forever. That's what they're gonna do. So I'm just gonna Lotus. Yeah, dude, Steve, chill. You want to join these people. Yeah, there we go. See? He's got the right point. Look, yeah, these guys just don't give a crap about people. I think he should maybe point out that they already did this once. So, wow, how in the hell does he ever draw that sword? Jeez. I think it's more like they didn't know how to write him not liking these guys at this point. There's no wrong path. This is true. You can probably get some ending no matter what you do. There's always a path to the end credits, but only some of them become canon. So we just go find our own old man. Or oh, god dang it! Hold on. Okay, moving on. Got a message from the general. It's probably something like, here you go, it's a picture of a middle finger. To return to the castle. Nifty. He'll probably blame us for something, which will probably then cause the actual defection. So we're gonna plan the next operation. Because that's always how this goes, like there's no reason to defect other than some guy being a douche for no reason. Okay. Go ahead and save it. Alright, now did we get any promotions out of that last one? Yeah, surprisingly no. Where's the one with all the forks in front? Yeah, this one. I'm surprised none of these guys got promoted. Must be some really low chance or something. Because their squad was going at it for a while there. Okay, let's go ahead and add characters. Throw these guys down here. Where's the thingy? Okay, added 7 dudes. You don't get anything new. What about you? You already have that, so you don't need that. You. Better. Weirdly enough, I got an armament last time, but I can't give it to him. I've noticed this problem come up a couple times, and I'm not sure why that is. I've noticed when it came to the save editor and stuff like that, for whatever reason, sometimes I will just get items, but they will not be added to this thing. So if anybody knows what that's about, please do let me know. So I'll probably just add in another armament, because, again, I got one, so there's no reason for me not to get the thing. Let's upgrade you at all? Not really. Any upgrades to your metal bra? Not really. Fair enough. Yeah, nothing new there either. Moving on. Moving right along here. As soon as I figure out how to exit the screen. So at this point, go back and, yeah, proceed to investigate all the areas, find Zenoots, and all that kind of thing. Apparently, if you walk into here... Ooh, there's a shop. Also, prod, conical, which pretends from rains now. Okay. Let's go buy some of those. I'm assuming that lets me make fencers. Feels like you need one of every item kind of a situation. Take quick gates, yeah, get a couple of them. Don't bother carrying them. What about this? Restores stamina to all members in a unit. Okay. We might need one of those later, but for now I want to save money for training. It just doesn't seem like a problem that we have. Okay. Now, tell me what items we have. Okay, Hellhounds and Griffins inhabit the area, so I can tell you about... Ooh. Dragons also inhabit the area. If you nurture them, they'll grow strong. What about hidden items? No? Okay. Don't get to know about hidden item. No! No, 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 no! Skip, 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 skip. That's pretty cool, though. Tell me about the neutral encounters. Okay. Let's check out everything. Go check out the South Road, I guess. I'm just gonna send them all to random locations here. And just kind of see what ends up resulting out of that. Just because so many times now there have just been items laying around on the road, so I don't know if it's just a rare chance while they're moving somewhere, or if there's something else to actually tell you where those hidden items are. Doesn't seem to work like it did March of the Black Queen at all. We're gonna go here, because nobody did that last time. Just in case she ends up moving in the wrong direction, you're gonna go here. We're gonna go check out the riverbank. That got us a bunch of cool items last time. And Troy Boy, why don't you tell me what's going on over here? And by any chance, can I make these guys run faster? Don't think so. So now we sit while they search. And while they do that, I will be right back. Hello again. Alright, I'm back. So, Troy got to his destination. Tell me if there's anything above the town, then. Well, I would somehow doubt it. We'll see. It's funny, they have a little bit of a delay when they're going and doing stuff. And makes me think a little bit of Jagged Alliance back in action. Ooh, Kite Shield. That sounds fancy. But yeah, if you've never played back in action, don't. It's really just kind of a bummer. So yeah, it's kind of like ooh, Wild Hellhound. Do you want to, friend? Actually, you might as well just stab it. Whatever. They won't have enough damage to actually win this fight. Go ahead and talk to it. They joined! Okay. Got a new Hellhound friend who will turn into a fairy. Any dang ways. But yeah, so back in action, like if you ever liked Jagged Alliance, pretty fantastic games. However, yeah, what back in action tried to do was be unique. Let's just say it didn't work out for them. They tried a whole bunch of features that other people didn't try because they really weren't good features. Like they took the old kind of damage calculations and percentage calculations and everything else of the original, right? So pretty low odds to hit under most circumstances. But then they also combined it with a real-time system. Then they decided to say, hey, screw it to all the fog of war type stuff that you'd expect. So you always knew where everybody was at all times. Which then also turned into a different situation, wherein you knew where everybody was. Oh, was not persuaded. He decided to eat a fairy instead. To be fair, we shouldn't have gone up and approached him with his own food. But anyway, it kind of just resulted in this really unpleasant play game where you just kind of got screwed by RNG repeatedly. I don't know. I tried a few challenge runs of it, just to see if maybe that would help to get into it, and it was just not pleasant. Okay, they got some experience, but whatever. They just injured some wildlife, and went on their way. Feels like those Pendras are going to be more useful for finishing off units than anything else. Alright, you tell me if there's anything to buy in this town. I'm gonna go there. Rick reached his destination, Barbara reached her destination. Just go ahead and keep walking there. I assume we just have the retreat option, right? Yeah. There. Somehow, I have a feeling this is not going to be the ideal way to do this. So that leaves only a couple places that we haven't searched, so go ahead and tell me what there is to buy in that town. You go ahead and tell me what there is to buy in this town, and then we'll be good to go. Theo... What do these guys have to tell me? I've been told it should be renamed to Masochist Grinds with Fairies. Alrighty then. Some chose to cross a canyon into Zenobia, but not all went to Zenobia for political reasons, some for social equality. Some spies and diplomats went through. Well, of course they did. That's how that works. Although, again, it's still kind of bizarre to me. So like, I was mentioning, we have a weird political situation over here right now. So, there were a bunch of migrants coming in from, like, I forget, it was like I think Peru, just a bunch of Latin American countries, more or less. Okay, everyone's breaking their camps and whatever else. Crap, I think we're probably done here. I'm just gonna wait for that one here just to see if this town has anything to sell. But anyway, so there were a bunch that basically made a huge announcement. Well, I guess it wasn't intended to be that huge, but it wound up making the news all over the place. Like, okay, so we're gonna be there in like half a year because we're walking all the way over to the States. and then applying legally for asylum, because our relative countries are completely full of bullcrap and people keep dying and we hate it. Which basically caused the leading party in the country, for whatever friggin' reason, to suddenly start announcing, like, oh no, they're filled with all the worst serial killers and everybody ever. Like, literally going negative enough with it to the point where there have been several shootings that broke out of people insisting that others are somehow responsible for some spies coming in through this caravan thing. And, yeah. It's really stupid. There's no need for any of that crap. But, whatever. Let's see. Southern Vision, 4 Colonels must... okay. Have been fleeing Platinus. Okay, so if we all agree that they're fleeing for a reason, can we maybe defect yet? It seems like it might be the logical decision at this point. Alright. Any darn ways. So we went through that. What about the canyon? Canyon got anything? First of all, let's train some dudes. I think it was here. I think, yeah, Malaysia. I think this is where I ran into that dragon thing. So first of all, save. I mean, it's not like we can reload it, but just, you know, so in case the emulator crashes, which I haven't really seen it doing any time aside from when I've been doing something stupid, whatever. We just want to overpower Steve at the very least. This is not the Dragon Squad I was talking about, but whatever. Let's go have them fight it out. Oh. Hang on, the kiddo's up. Let me go see what's going on there real quick. Be right back. Alright, never mind. False alarm. There we go. So they're gonna eventually finish these guys off. And they all got levels out of it too. Who knows? We might have one squad that can actually do some stuff. But that being said, I'm gonna keep going into training with just them. This may seem stupid, but I want to run into that same dragon group again. Because now that I know about that whole Pendra thing, that essentially means that I might be able to... I forgot to use that last fight. Okay, whatever. We'll use it this time. We'll use it this time. Up the bar goes, up the bar goes. We're gonna power down as if it existed in the first place. Right, there we go. The bar's maxed out. I still can't use it, so... If anybody knows what that's all about, please do let me know. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to have them carrying it? I don't know. Still wish the simulator has had a fast forward button. Unfortunately, it does not. At least not one that I know of. Dude, lady, they've got no power to speak of. Why do you keep doing that? So, funny thing that I should note, when I was saying earlier that some of the items that I seem to be picking up aren't getting added to the stockpile, strangely enough, that doesn't seem to apply when it comes to the birthday items. They seem to come in just fine. So, you know what? Now that the save editor exists, if this run ends, like if it ends up failing and all that kind of thing, I'd be kind of curious to see what would happen if you maxed out stats on the fairies. Like if you gave them just like friggin' 999 dex, it still would scale this crappily. Because this seriously does nothing. Like that'd be hilarious. You give them like 9,999 dex or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I can do 20 damage now. Pretty great. Pew pew pew. Let's do one more. No, wait, right, I need to see if they have to carry that Pendra thing. List. Pendra, what are you? Nothing there, nothing here. Where does Pendra? How do Pendra? Can Steve use this shield? Surprisingly, you can't use anything. How does that work? Also, somehow... Okay, how are boulders getting added? Okay, we found a boulder last time, and it got added... Look at that. It got added to the Equip menu instead of the All menu. What's that all about? Is that a bug with that thing, or what? I'm so confused right now. Huh. No idea. Actually gonna go ahead and drop a quick save here in case that causes it to crash again. And I sold one of those, even though it would have helped her. Brilliant. Whatever. Let's go ahead and see what classes are available. So where was that thing with classes? Somewhere there was an option saying how stuff could be done like that. Sorry for the brief break here. Somebody's going and beeping a bunch outside. Don't know what that's all about. Alright, whatever. Back to it. I don't remember how to actually take a look at the classes, so let's go for more training. Come on, Steve. Get you trained. No, this isn't that squad either. If they come in at the roughly same level, I kind of wonder if they might be able to fight that dragon guy now. Probably not. Wish I knew how to use that Pendra thing. Braxton, what is your issue? Why are you whining? What's wrong with you? There's just a guy outside. You don't need to do anything about that. Lay down. Lay down. All the way. There you go. Just leave it. Don't worry about it. It's just somebody going to their car. Don't worry about it. Okay, okay. Ah! Come back here. Lay down. And dog keeps wanting to go bark at somebody outside. And there he goes again. Muting for just a sec. Okay, barking hopefully done. Yeah, trying to train them to not do that is a little bit of an endeavor. Funnily enough, apparently there's like 40 plus scenarios in this, according to what I've been told, so we're gonna be at this a while. It's gonna be a pretty long run. I say to nobody in particular, because I'm pretty sure this either everybody completely left out of sheer boredom, or I don't know. It might just not be telling me again. There was one that I remember, it was like 9 people watching, and they kept telling me it was 1 the entire time. So you never know. But oh well. It feels like it might have potentially included a fast forward just in the game itself. I don't know what the odds are of that. Not entirely sure. Okay. One more down. And eventually they'll be done here. Definitely all damage coming from Steve these days. And all I can think of with that whole grinding thing I was talking about earlier, if I go and do all 99 of the birthdays, get all of the items, I wonder, maybe some of them will be worth selling, maybe you can get some extra training out of it, maybe, I don't know, something or other. That's definitely not the one. In fact, this party is basically screwed. So this is one of the ones that's just basically giving money away. And you'll see why in just a sec here. So that one will continue buffing one of them, right? That healer will continue healing. No matter what I actually set them to, because of the fact that they have a healer, there is... Actually, there might be this time. It might be different this time. Yeah, actually, they might be doing enough damage now. So last time they were only doing like 4s and 5s, and there was just no way for them to actually make progress. So if they continue this long enough, there actually is a chance that due to the fact she can only heal 1 unit, they might be able to make some progress. We'll see. They just have to be able to do about 30. About 30 or higher per round. Yeah, they actually can pull this off. How about that? You know what? They're actually starting to do okay now. Okay, okay. You know what? I take it back. We might not even need the gremlins. If they get strong enough, if they get over-leveled enough, maybe. Just maybe. Because the only difference was 1 fight, and they only had... I think they only got maybe a level in that entire fight, if they got anything at all, but they're doing a lot better now. Alright. Definitely something good to know. Nommed. So, the dragon fight in particular that I was talking about, it's not like they had a healing element. The only reason I was saying earlier that it was possible is because it seemed to come down to RNG, really. I only saw it the one time, but basically what it consisted of was a dragon that could stun everybody with a single attack, and a dragon tamer that wasn't really much of a threat whatsoever. Boo. That is some crap right there. Coming in and eating all my XPs. Oh well, that's fine. Guaranteed now. Oh, about guaranteed. I wonder what resists them. I wonder if it's like a thing where they attack with dex, but it resists with actual resistance. God, this guy has double bites, though. Clearly tearing the party apart. They're tearing me apart! Whatever, it's gone anyway. Or almost gone. There you go. See? You get double bites, we get double lightnings. So that works. And at this point, they can't even fight back. So, despite the fact that they've been buffed over and over, that's what it is. It's serving as a defensive buff, not an attack buff. Weird. Why does it act like an attack buff, but it actually uses defense? Whatever. That is now at least 2 effective parties. I'm still going to go for Steve, because if by any chance they run into that fight again, I know that there's apparently multiple fights where you can get another one of those Pedra things that I don't know how to use, but apparently there's specifically Tamers and Dragons that show up, and it's a difficult fight, and then if they win it, you get it. I think it can only show up if the leader does it too. So conveniently, he's also the strongest party at this point. Then again, you know what? Since the class change menu isn't even available for the fairies, I think there are sylphs. Actually, let me take a look at this thing. Okay, edit units. I try to change somebody. Is there a sylph on here? Yeah, there's no sylph on here. What about a pixie? Is there a pixie on here? No. So that's it. That's all they are. That's all they can do all game. Whatever, we'll see. We'll see. My last goal for today is just to see about attempting that dragon fight again. So if it comes up, and we end up getting that second Pedra thing, who knows, maybe I'll know how to use them by next time. I know that you're supposed to wait until that third bar at the top fills up, but apparently it just doesn't want to. It's alright, maybe you have to be a certain level to use it, I don't know. Don't freaking know, man. I wonder if I should give him a gremlin. Simplest thing might just be to turn one of his existing units into a gremlin. I think Toots was... no, Toots was a fairy... Vale was a fairy, and Masquerita was a fairy. Who was that last one in his party? I think that was April. I need to see if there's an April anywhere. They were the one that I kept forgetting last time. Go, plenty of experience. Getting all strong-like. If there's only one strong unit, might as well be the leader. Drop a quick save right there. take a quick look. Is there an April? Open up that save state, edit units. Yeah, that's Pidgey that I have up in front. So yeah, no, they existed. Tyler down here, you need to be in April. Okay. There. What else? Tia's in there. Let's change you to a gremlin. By the way, I'm talking about the Hellhound. They're becoming a gremlin. Gonna be our newest member. Where the hell's Gremlin on this list? Go, Gremlin, Gremlin. Gremlin. Perfect. There we go. Leos Klein the Gremlin. Now we go ahead and edit equipment real quick. What are those boulder swords? Need to go ahead and add another one of them. Yeah, count 5. I'm just gonna change the count to 5 because I know we got an extra one. I don't know how on earth 4 of them would be used already because I don't have anyone that uses one. And yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and save it. And load state. Okay. So yeah, now we have a gremlin over here. There we go. Being all gremlin-like. Unfortunately, it does look like they have to be in the back to use Abyss. We do here. I need to remove one of the characters because I want him to have a gremlin in his team. Seems like Toots is the logical one to remove. And we'll go ahead and add a character. Go ahead and throw Leos in here. So now they've got a disabling element. Let's go ahead and replace you. So they've lost their grunts, and here we go. Sounds about right. We haven't gotten any promotions since last time, so that's depressing. Oh well, moving on. Okay, it's just this squad again. Shouldn't be a problem. Should not be a problem whatsoever. Stepping away while this is happening. Here back. Society, and back once more. So while I can't say that it's exactly the most, entertaining process to see about getting those dragon fought again, I'll say it's at least an interesting way to hide your stuff. Definitely far more interesting to try to find this rare dragon fight than it is to go and, like, collect 15 dragons or whatever. Definitely the better way of doing it. Slash. Might be an interesting run after this. Kind of been tempted to go and do another vanilla run of that PSP remake at some point. It's like, it's funny. As much as I trash on that game, it's just still fun to do. Man, Leos the Gremlin is just flying up over there, apparently. Not gonna complain about that. Right, let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Sell items. So one of those dresses, go ahead and sell some of this chain plate. It's not quite enough. Okay, I want to have him be able to run a couple more of these. Let's see. Turn of Chaos, I can't imagine us needing that. Let's see. Little after famous hero raises the owner's experience. Ooh. Dude, that's useful. Okay, so it's a friggin' rare candy. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. And we'd have just enough to run, like, looks like 3 more trainings. So while that's happening, still not the right fight. Okay, while that's happening, I need to go get my kiddo dressed, so I'm just gonna leave this doing its thing. There it is. There it is. So, conveniently the last one we were able to afford. But alright, so yeah, this is the fight I was talking about. I think this might be the dragon fight. I'm not 100% certain, but we'll find out. Okay. No, I thought she was going and buffing Steve. Not quite the case. They can at least do some damage to this chick. The thing was, with that first fight, they managed to do pretty okay. Is she gonna fall asleep? Yes, good. There we go, Radiant Gale. Like, look at that. Multi-paralysis. So yeah, they can get her down after a couple rounds. Dang. Well, the damage is still going. Okay. It's still looking possible. But yeah, it's that stun move. Like, I was kind of the whole reason that I put Leos into this party here is I was hoping he would go and do Abyss on. Yeah, go ahead and attack strongest. Is what I should have been doing actually. Yeah, and that's it. See, it's doable. The thing is, he needs to hit an Abyss on that dragon, and if it does maybe 1 or 2 less, you know? He does 1 or 2 less, and he's affected by sleep. That seems to be possible. But that feels like a random boss fight to me, you know? So, hopefully that's the case. Let's go ahead and maybe sell some stuff. See if we can, by any chance, still be able to afford to do another one of those. Get some of those, get some of those. Need like 500 something. Oh wow, we have a bunch of helmets. What else do we have a ton of? Not very much, it would seem. Kind of feels like these discipline scrolls might be a good idea. They're not really doing us that much good. I don't think they would do as much good anyway. Let's see, 451. I need like 500 something. That I don't plan to use ninjas. Not that. This is when I find out that one of these things is like the rarest thing ever, and I ruined everything forever. That I feel like all of these are probably replaceable. Yeah, I'd assume they're probably all replaceable. Let's roll that one more time. Exit the screen. Again, we're basically saving all that money on equipment, spending it all on training. Which was only 408 this time. I wonder if... Last time was like 500. Maybe it's kind of like it goes on a roll or something. Maybe you win a certain amount of battles and it's like, okay, you get to the next tier and the next tier and the next tier kind of thing. You know, that wouldn't make sense, because I had one of the teams that I lost like 1,500 on whatever last time, because I kept rolling a friggin' cleric. I want those all filled up? You got it, kiddo. Alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for today. Gotta go do stuff, so you have a good day, take care, and see you next time.